Hi folks, how you doing? Apologies for the lack of videos this week, but we are having a new kitchen fit. Our landlord has kindly given us a new kitchen, which we've been waiting for a while. I thought it would get cancelled because of COVID and stuff, but it hasn't, and obviously we can't cancel it because if we do, we'll probably go to the back of the pile and have to wait another so many years for a new kitchen. But unfortunately, it's meant that this week allotmenting and stuff has literally been knocked on the head because someone has to be at home while they fit the kitchen. My family have moved out and gone to stay with relatives because obviously COVID, security and all the rest of it for a week, because we're going to have builders in and out. So we're just trying to stay as safe as possible. Unfortunately though, it means that I literally get to come down to the allotment, feed the chickens and then disappear again. That's all I'm getting to do because, you know, as much as the builders are ace and I trust them, obviously they can't be left there alone all day. It's not fair on them. But I thought I'd just show you the compost situation. The greenhouse is very warm actually. It's about 3-4 degrees outside, the car was saying. It's pretty warm in here, but unfortunately, since the greenhouse has got warmer, something's moved in because they've been eating my potatoes that I'd stored to bloody grow this year. I saved some Yukon Gold potatoes and I thought I'll save them and grow them from seed, grow them like seed potatoes. Well, something's moved in and started eating them, and it's not mice, because whatever's eating them has taken them out and actually moved them to eat them, and these are big potatoes. So I don't even think it's a rat, you know, I think it's a squirrel. I think a squirrel has got in here to eat them. So I've got a funny feeling that the squirrels have gone, oh, this greenhouse is nice and warm, we're going to live in here and eat those potatoes, whee! So it's obviously working, but for all the wrong reasons. Anyway, let's flip the camera around and you can see what I can see. My Yukon Gold were in there and they were covered in straw and they were doing fine. They've been there all winter, no problems. And then I started to find them chewed and nibbled, and you can see that where they've been chewed. See all these white flecks? That's all potato skin. Whatever's eating them has chewed all the potato skin off to get to the flesh inside. They basically peeled the potatoes. And unfortunately, this lettuce and stuff I've sown in there, whatever's been eating the potatoes has been scratching around and pretty much killed all of the lettuce. I've not had much good luck with this bed, have I, since I sowed it? It's been a bit of a nightmare. It's just almost like this got to be the most unluckiest bed in gardening history. I mean, the radishes, they were radishes, weren't they? Yeah, they're doing all right. Onion seeds, you remember, all the weeds come through. Then I had all that kind of like mouldy situation grow on it. And now I've got a squirrel that's made that bed its home. So I've just raked it all over again and I've just watered it and I've taken the plastic off, so hopefully it's not that inviting to a squirrel and hopefully the thing pisses off. But hey ho. Anyway, something's had a go in there. See little footprints that weren't there before? So something's got into the compost bin too. But let's have a look at the thermometer, see what the temperature is. See, look, something's been digging. Hey, so there we go. Temperature 15 degrees on the compost pile. Oh, actually, and I give myself 16 degrees for that, maybe 17. It's actually going up. I mean, if I had a thermometer in the other greenhouse, we could obviously do a comparison, but I haven't. That's not bad. That's obviously, considering it's 4 degrees outside and miserable, and there's no insulation on this greenhouse and it's drafty, that's not bad at all. Hi folks, how you doing? Apologies for not having a video last week, but we've been having a new kitchen and it's been great, don't get me wrong, it's been lovely to have a nice new kitchen. The landlord sorted us out with a new kitchen, but obviously we had a week of like building works and renovation and we had no kitchen and that was a nightmare. But we're getting there slowly. We're just waiting for the decorating to be done, but the kitchen is fit, so we're putting things in cupboards ready, but obviously we can't put too much in because we've still got the decorator to come through. But it's been a big job and fair play to the guys who've done it. They've done really good work, so very happy. But man, it's hard living without a kitchen for a week. God, it's just stressful beyond belief. You wouldn't think it, but it is. Process now of just getting everything back in and washing things before you put them back in. I don't know if it's like me, but I have pots and pans in the cupboard that I only use maybe 3 or 4 times a year for like making jam or something. And obviously they always get dusty and whatever else. So trying to wash everything before I put it away. So it's taken an age. But look at the new kitchen. Go! Anyway, it's a bit windy down the allotment today, so I'm not going to hang around too long because it's probably going to drive you nuts because I don't know how well the boom thing is working. But we've got more water, and it's a realisation now that I really need to move the chicken coop, which I really didn't want to have to do because it's going to be a big job and an expensive job, but it's going to have to move because every year the water situation is getting worse and worse, and I know the council have said they're going to look into it, but you know what councils are like with looking into things. Chances are that it might not get done for years and years and years, and I need to sort it out. I need to do something because well, it's a boot deep now. I'll show you. So that's my neighbour's plot. That's the back of the chicken coop. I think just obviously I'm grateful I'm not them. I feel sorry, so bad for them. Absolute state. So the plan is that this area here is going to have to be tidied up relatively quickly now. So that was going to be the seaty store area. The idea was I could store things over there. I could sit there in the shade of the trees from the sun and stuff and have my dinner and everything, a bit of a family area. But that's now going to have to become chicken area because this ground is higher, and although it's boggy, it's pretty dry apart from a couple of patches. I mean, it's obviously you can probably see the gradual slope down. So if this floods, we're all in trouble. Oh. Anyway, we've been cracking on, doing a few things. These two crates have now been lined, ready to put in a load of weeds. I've got piles everywhere in the bin, so that one's full as well. I've got plenty of topsoil to go on top. I've started putting down the weed fabric for the rest of this area, so now we're all covered with weed fabric, so that should last us a good few years before I get too many weeds poking through. That area is not going to be weed fabriced because that's where the raspberries are going to grow along that fence, and I've also got a sink that I want to put in there to try and connect up to the tap so I can wash my fruit and veg at home, so I can wash the fruit and veg here rather than take it home and wash it, if that makes sense. So that is the plan. I mean, everything's getting there, and I'm not too stressed. You know, things are coming on. The greenhouse is actually warming up pretty nicely. I've had a squirrel get in there and eat some potatoes, which is a bit of a bugger. I probably lost my Yukon Gold, which I'd saved for this year, and now I can't find any Yukon Gold online, so it looks like I'm not going to be growing Yukon Gold this year, which is a bit of a bugger. Well, I have found some online, but it's £10 for about half a kilo of potatoes, and that's just too expensive. That's just ridiculous, so I'm not buying it from them. But I'll have to grow something else, won't I? It is what it is. One good thing about lately is I managed to get a load of bark, which will save me a few quid. The tree surgeon called me up and said, got about a ton of bark if you'd like it. It was a bit of a nightmare getting it in. I risked it because of the mud situation, and as you can see, we put a few tire marks in the grass, but we filled them in. It's all good. You trying to hide, Sandra?
I get out of the way, yeah. I don't know what. I can feed all of it.